There was a time when air travel was elegant and relaxing. Airplane seats were spacious and comfortable, and your fellow passengers were courteous and respectful. It wasn't that long ago. Let's take a look back. The years from the 1950s through the early 1970s are generally considered to be the golden age of air travel, a time when the journey was as special as the destination. Airlines competed on comfort, and the experience of flying came with a sense of luxury and adventure that is fondly remembered and sorely missed by those who experienced it. During these years, passengers enjoyed significantly more personal space on board. Distance between seats averaged around 35 inches compared to the 28 to 30 inches of today. This extra space allowed for more legroom and a deeper recline, allowing passengers to actually kick back and relax during their flight. Seats were thicker with more padding and support, which provided superior comfort compared to the slimline seats of today. Seats were also a couple of inches wider, allowing more elbow room between you and your neighbor. With a focus on maximizing passenger comfort rather than passenger capacity, airplanes of the Golden Age allowed for more generous spacing throughout the cabin, resulting in wider aisles and less competition for accessing restrooms. Many long-haul flights offered dedicated lounge areas where passengers could sit on comfortable couches, socialize with fellow travelers, or simply enjoy a change of scenery. These lounges were elegantly designed, featuring plush carpets, stylish furniture, and sophisticated decor. Airplanes like the Boeing 747 featured exclusive upper deck lounges for first-class passengers, which included cocktail bars staffed by professional bartenders. These bars served a range of drinks and provided a social hub where passengers could mingle during their flight. However, you didn't always need a first-class ticket to join the party. From 1970 to 1974, American Airlines operated piano bars in the rear of the coach cabin on some of their larger planes. At the center of the bar was a professional pianist behind an electric organ, entertaining passengers with a range of tunes from classical pieces to modern hits and popular sing-alongs. If the bar scene wasn't your thing and you were just looking for a good drink, you didn't need to leave your seat. Cocktails and other alcoholic beverages were often available at no charge, especially on international routes or in the first and business class sections of domestic flights. Airlines typically offered a wide selection of drinks, including premium spirits, wines, and champagne, aiming to provide an experience that matched a fine dining setting. Airline meals of this era were an enjoyable part of the flying experience and were prepared on board with high-quality ingredients, including fresh produce, meats, and seafood. Meals were served on actual china, with real glass and real silverware. On some flights, dinner would even be presented on a white tablecloth, creating a restaurant-like setting. Meals were served in multiple courses, including an appetizer, salad, main course, and dessert. On longer flights, passengers might enjoy a full dinner as well as a breakfast service. The food was usually excellent and the onboard service top-notch. And passengers came dressed for the occasion. Unlike today, when people seem to show up at the airport wearing anything at all they deem comfortable, travelers of this earlier era would arrive at the airport dressed in their best attire. It was common for men to wear suits or at least sport coats with trousers. Accessories such as ties, cufflinks, and pocket squares were standard to finish off the look. Many men wore hats, which would be removed and stowed away upon taking their seat on board. Women would be in dresses or skirts with blouses. Outfits were elegant and often included gloves and scarves as accessories. Children would be properly dressed by their parents, often wearing miniature versions of adult formal wear, or at least neatly pressed casual clothing. Flight crews were also smartly dressed, with special attention paid to the appearance of the female flight attendants referred to as stewardesses at the time. With federal regulations prior to 1978 preventing airlines from offering lower-priced fares, providers needed to find other ways to attract passengers, especially businessmen, who made up a large portion of their customers. In response, airlines learned to utilize their stewardesses as marketing assets during this time, and physical appearance was key. Attractiveness was considered a requirement of the job, and there were detailed guidelines on makeup, hair, and weight. To maintain her job, a stewardess could not be married, pregnant, or over 135 pounds. Stewardess uniforms played an important role and were seen as a representation of the airline's image and brand identity. Some airlines collaborated with famous fashion designers, turning their uniforms into sophisticated fashion statements. Over time, however, some airlines pushed the boundaries of good taste, putting their stewardesses in uniforms and ad campaigns that were arguably less than sophisticated. Another memorable feature of air travel during the Golden Age was the architecture of the airport terminals themselves. As commercial aviation boomed, airports were seen as gateways to the world and symbols of local and national pride. Airport architecture of the 1950s and 60s was marked by a spirit of innovation and optimism that showcased the elegance and glamour that was associated with air travel at the time. Airport lounges during this era were designed to reflect the luxury and exclusivity of air travel, offering comfortable seating, dining, and entertainment options. Airlines often used these lounges to showcase their brand and enhance the passenger experience. Many airports incorporated artistic elements, such as murals, sculptures, and decorative design features that reflected local history or the spirit of flight. This integration of art and architecture aimed to create a memorable and engaging environment for travelers. And, of course, airports of the era were less crowded and easier to navigate. Security measures were minimal, which allowed passengers to arrive closer to their flight time and experience less hassle moving from the airport entrance to their departure gate. Many airports even offered public viewing areas or observation decks where families and aviation fans could watch airplanes take off and land up close. If you're enjoying this video, I invite you to stay with me a little longer and extend your trip back in time. Just click this next video.